Alright. Tell you one thing. If there is a God, God is good. He's listening. He, she, it, whatever you want to say. He's listening. I definitely needed some money. I spent my last $2 to go to this job about 5 miles down the road from my office. Put the last $2 in there so I can make sure I can get there on the hopes I can get this job, and I got it. It's like a garden clean out. I haven't had a job in a couple months. It's been that bad. It's been kind of really slow. This year's just seems like people are saving their money for small things like that. They don't want to blow it on things that they can get out there and do themselves, or it's just they would just rather wait. And time's been tough. I haven't really even been focused on jobs like that either. I've been focused on the hardcore labor jobs because I broke my hand. I haven't had the help. Just been trying to focus on like junk removal, or just rely off the revenue of U-Haul. And now U-Haul is not providing any kind of revenue. The first time in like almost 7 years. I've been getting like a consistent, $500 to $1,000 a week. If I've had help, I've paid for my help, and if I haven't, then it just goes towards bills or my living. It's not really, I'm not getting rich, that's for sure. And I'm just surviving. It's like a job. And just barely getting by. Squirrel there. So I thought I would make a video. I looked at my schedule today. I have nothing going on. Yesterday I got a call, or let's back up a little bit. Yesterday my landlord said he needs this mattress delivered down the street and gave me $20. I was like, that'd be great, because I need some food. And then he added, one more mattress to it to take to his house. So he ended up giving me like $50, which that was great. Bought some food for myself and my dog. Got some little bit of gas to get me to do all that, and pretty much broke today. I had $2. Had to put that last $2 in the tank. Somebody called me yesterday right after I did all that. Hey, I got this job. A past customer had told me about you. I'm their neighbor. So long story short, I scheduled for this morning to go take a look at it. I said I could take a look at it anytime this week before 10. He scheduled for 9. Long story short, I got there and I see the next door neighbor. That was my last customer that I had, actually. It was a couple months ago. And she's gonna call me back to do a fall cleanup. I scheduled his job. He has 2 flower beds he wants removed, just gutted. So I quoted him like $900. He said yes. And how I got to that, I was like, well, I could do like $90 an hour. I think it's going to take this many hours. Or I could bid you by the job. And like, what would you like to do? He's like, what's the best for the both of us? I was like, well, probably to bid by the job. You make sure you don't go into so many hours. And so he agreed to $900, gave me $100 deposit, got him scheduled for Monday. Like, I really needed that. Like, from the bottom of my heart, like, I really, really needed that. Just to be busy and sane and do something, to be productive, but to make some money and pay for my bills, because I'm behind on everything. Like, this whole channel is to make content for history and other things in society. Like, I want to make stuff about business, I want to make stuff about history, I want to make stuff about religion. I just can't make any videos right now because every app that I want to use is taking money now. So I don't have some complicated software. I don't have a computer set up. I have to use my phone or my tablet, so I have to use an app to make my videos. And those take hours, like a day, 2 days, depending on like researching the script or researching the content to putting the video together. I mean, the video gets made pretty easily, but you have to go through it and edit it, or it's going to be a crappy video. And the one that I'm paying for now, like in video, you get credit. Like once you use your credit, like you're paying for a monthly bill, which is like $62.50, and then I'm paying for credit. And I made 2 videos, I think. My credit's all already used up for this month. Like I don't even know how that really works. Like you have to buy more credit. Like you don't get more credit. You pay for a monthly service. You have to buy credit. I'm a little upset about that. So I'm trying to find like a different app, and they're almost all the same. They're all have credit. Like that's a scam. Like you can't just do it like a monthly service fee. Really? And I can see this market's going to get oversaturated. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm at the bank, the ATM. Drove here. I'm gonna put some cash in the ATM real quick and get back on the camera. I need to put some ads on Craigslist, and I need to make sure my account is not going to be too negative, because I used my card last night. I think when I withdrew some cash, the last bit of cash I had in my account, withdrew 50 cents or 75 cents for the transaction, but then they're going to do like I saw this on my bank. They're charging me $3 for every time I use a different ATM that's not Wells Fargo. I'm like, what the? Really? It's my money, and I'm using the ATM, and it's charging me $3 for that transaction, and you're going to turn around and charge me $3 on top of that too? That we're in a society where we're squeezing everybody for everything. Everybody's being squeezed, and the people on the bottom of the totem pole is the average person. Well, bummer. Kind of changed my plan. I had went into the bank and they told me my account went $147.50 negative. That's my phone bill. Called my phone bill, told me it was going to be a little bit late, and they said okay, and I just charged my card today, which that's fine. I'm just going to be negative until next Tuesday, but that puts me a little bit more behind with everything else. But I got a working phone. Just got to pull it out in front of them. Didn't mean to do that. I was looking both ways too. It's got a lot on my mind. I'm distracted. I was going to put a Craigslist ad up, and I can't do that because my account's negative. I was going to put some money in there. Now I got to kind of rely on this job and get Mona scheduled. Shit, I said her name. To get my customer scheduled for the neighbor, like the next door neighbor, so I can get both of those jobs. That's going to be very helpful. And then maybe make some flyers and start passing some flyers out. Go old school, like how I started doing this. I'm also thinking about I have this Facebook group that I started, and I do junk removal, I do moving labor, and I do U-Haul rentals. So like around the customer at the right place and right time when they need multiple services done. And if I'm helping them do like moving labor or a junk removal, they're like hiring me to take away stuff that they necessarily don't need or want anymore or don't have any room for. It's mainly because they don't have room for it. So they have to prioritize like what stays and what goes, because when they moved here 3 years ago, let's say hypothetically, into a 26-foot truck or from a 26-foot truck, and they're trying to move back into a 26-foot truck, they've accumulated more stuff, so they can't fit everything that they've brought with them with all the new stuff into the same size truck. So this happens quite a bit. And I've started this Facebook group that I have 1,600 people from here locally all the way to like Denver and Colorado Springs and Wyoming. So I've kind of created this group to where I want to try to have stuff, like I started giving stuff away for free just so I wouldn't have to pay for the landfill charge. So it keeps things from going to the landfill, and or I sell it really cheap. And it's been working out. I haven't been too active with it lately, but I need to start focusing on it because it's a good platform to try to utilize to network with other people and to get rid of these products or the stuff that I come across, so I don't have to take time or pay for it to go to the landfill. You know, keep stuff out of the landfill, helps people out. Either I sell it to them really cheap or I give it to them. And I think I'm going to advertise in that group to get some jobs, or even to sell some stuff that I have. Like I'm not going to be able to make any videos until I start getting some money up. And I'm not sure exactly what this channel is going to contain on a daily basis. I'm going to try to be more personable and not just make, you know, like these AI videos where people don't see a face. So I kind of want to get personal with you. I want to share my life experience. Like I'm starting from the bottom up. Like I've literally started this business that I have from the bottom. Been broke, homeless on the street, just, you know, like utilizing things that's like free and accessible, like Craigslist or Facebook, or learning how to use technology to my benefit. Pause this for a second because I need to run into the store. I'm going to waste up any more time. Kind of gather my thoughts on how I'm going to wrap this video up. I just passed my location. Got about 10-15 minutes before I open, so I need to stop by the store real quick and grab some things, and then I'll get back on here and I'll like wrap up the video on a good stopping point. There's one thing can't live without. Can't forget your honey. I don't put sugar in my coffee, I put honey. I need some coffee. Alright, so I was sitting there thinking how I started this in the beginning, declaring my freedom and being independent from a 9-to-5 job. Something I never wanted to do. Is like growing up, everybody around me was miserable because the jobs, like nobody was happy. And now I kind of see it's the other way around. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's job or doing your own business. That doesn't determine your happiness. But that's kind of, I thought everybody was miserable because of their jobs, and so I didn't want to conform and get a 9-to-5 job, and so I always stayed away from jobs. Could never hold down a job. Started being my own boss. Had this sense of self-pride. Started making my own money. Sometimes I do good, sometimes I do bad. You know, like these last few months has been, it makes you question, do you want to be your own boss? Do you want to give up and get a job? I'm definitely not giving up and getting a job. I don't care how tough it gets. I may change some things. Like I may stop being a U-Haul dealer. You know, like I may, you know, focus more on myself and my business and not trying to do so many things at once. Like I think that's my biggest problem, is trying to juggle so many things at once, like when I first started doing this. But I know regardless of how bad it gets, I could make it happen if I try. And you just need to apply yourself. Like, I have a reputation on Google Maps and Facebook. I have no problems getting a job. All I gotta do is make some flyers and start passing them out. But that's taking the time and the money to spend on the ink and the paper, and then go and doing the footwork and passing them all out. That's gonna take time and money and energy, and just playing the waiting game, then go and doing estimates and like meeting people, and then starting the job. And you know, it's a process, and anybody's capable of doing this. Everything that I've gained today is because of time and effort and having a routine, something that have not been really used to growing up. I always bounced around growing up. Like my mom, she was a kind of a nomadic person, and we moved place to place to place to place, and it's like it was a constant change all the time. And I think that's why it's hard for me to conform and get organized and structured. It's really hard for me to do that because of that. I have to break that pattern, and be comfortable with the uncomfortable days, and be okay with it. Like, those days are going to happen. You're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days. And then starting a business, like I could even like easily get a job by passing out these flyers if I tried, which I'm going to do, but I have no other choice. Like my account's negative. I can't post on Craigslist. I can't play the easy route. And honestly, Craigslist is not even really working anymore. Craigslist used to work great. And even after they made the change to where they started to charge that $5, it was still doing good. It just seems to be, it's not working anymore. So I need to think outside the box and figure out how I can get jobs again without Craigslist, doing the easy route. Go back with the flyers, and then try to be more creative with my Facebook group. And see how I can kind of go from there. Follow along if you want. Give me a like in this video. All I can say to you today is, if you're not happy with your job, if you want to make more money, try to think about what you could do. Especially, I mean, if you have no money, if you want to make a little bit of money, try to think of a service-based business. Or just do it for a while to make some money. You ain't got to do it forever. But that can give you some experience. It can give you some push in the right direction, to where you're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to learn, figure out, see what works and what don't work, and then you might grow and develop into something completely different. But you won't know unless you take that chance and try. I know going door to door was how I started. I knocked on doors. I didn't pass out flyers. I knocked on doors, and I figured out that passing out flyers was the easy way. It was the I can hit more numbers and I can talk to more people by putting the flyer out there, and if they call me, then it just increases your chances. So you got to play the numbers game. You have to kind of the more people you get, the more people you're gonna get an opportunity to talk to. So you gotta pass out flyers. You gotta knock on doors. You definitely have to be I think what helped me do this, and I know not everybody is. You're probably thinking like, why in the world would I go knock on somebody's door? I did it in the beginning because I was exposed to it by a door-to-door salesman. So I did that door-to-door salesman job, not wanting to be a good salesman or to make a lot of money. I did it to face my fears and phobias of talking in front of people. I noticed that once I got into sales and I practiced sales, I got over my stutter, and it was a slow process, but I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it to gain something, which was an experience that I wasn't used to. That was something I always avoided. I always avoided talking to people because of my stutter, and it just got worse and worse over the years, where I couldn't even talk to people. So it was something that I had to get over, and something I had to face. And I know not everybody's going to have that type of experience or that type of passion to do that, but I'm telling you right now, it's easy to get out there and I don't know. What I'm talking about is for the right person. Not everybody. This is not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to go and start their own business, and which that's probably why we have a capitalist system. It's probably why we have the system that we have. Because not everybody is ambitious, is a go-getter. Not everybody is eager to willing to put yourself into an uncomfortable position to learn. Like people aren't willing to do that. Like people are scared of risk. People are scared of change. People are scared. That's why people. I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off by saying this. And the excuses are going to come. Oh, I have this, I can't do it because of this. Like, well, yeah, maybe you could do it part-time. You ain't got to do it all overnight and just drop everything and just do that by yourself and just take that big leap. You ain't got to do that. You got to crawl before you walk. So I don't want to hear no excuses. People can do it. People have been comfortable. People are quick to play the victim game and say that I can't do this piece of this. You can. We've been divided up and we've been distracted so much that it's our hope, we've been beaten down by society to where we don't think it's possible. And we don't even talk about stuff like this. We just go and just try to survive comfortably. And the easy way is just to go get in a job and not open up to these types of conversations. Like, I don't think people need to be be dependent off the system. You don't need to rely off the system. You don't need to. Maybe right now, if you really, really need it, if you really need the food stamps, then go for it. But try to get yourself off of them. Don't try to rely on them. Try to think outside the box. Don't think that you're not capable of something. I'm telling you right now, you are capable. You are very well capable. Probably a lot more than I am. Alright, that's all I'm going to say right now, because this is going to go into a rant forever. Like I said, I started this from being homeless, not knowing what I wanted, knowing just I wanted something more, and I wanted to be my own boss, and it ain't the greatest, but it ain't the worst. It's all how you look at things. The glass is half full. I think I saw that perspective yesterday. Probably tell you guys more about it. You guys have a good day. God bless. If there is a God out there, if Jesus does exist, if he is God, please pray for me. I would like to know. I definitely am on some kind of spiritual quest. You know, I'm looking for truth and knowledge, and I'm looking to inspire and encourage. So I don't think that we need to live like we're living, you know. If you're not happy about it, try to make a change. Alright guys, you have a good day.